the multiverse aligns. New mutated enhanced being of my kind. I rhyme to an iron heartbeat of Eddie Kane, the conqueror with the thought of Xavier's peace of mind. Look, Max crafting a well written in Hell's Kitchen, being blind, dare to see your Scott Summers eye to eye. Miles ahead, web slinging a line in this age of Voltron. You ain't even inclined. The real McCoy, your beast with mine. I'm from Sakar, barely age. I've increased the time. Fantastic as a force field formed by Sue. It's the arrival of Marvel of the Minds. It's been due. Go.
First and foremost, what up, though? Why'd I do that? It's Marvel of the Minds. I'm Nametag Alexander, and of course, I got Peace of Mind. Good sir, what's going on?
What's good? What's good?
Yeah, man, it's been a minute, but we back at it, which is kind of cool because, you know, we let, you know, a lot of people was covering conversations about this film. Saw a lot of people talking. Yeah, we let it breathe, man. You know, we ain't got to jump on. Then that's how you end up using other folks' opinions. You don't have your own. Did a little bit of research on my end. A lot of people, I see people saying that this film put Marvel back. I've been felt like, you know, Marvel was back. Of course, they had a few hiccups. You know, that's cool. We got a few TV shows we didn't care too much for. A couple movies I was like, it's cool, it's decent. But this one here, fantastic. Yeah. Not that one, but fantastic, man.
Which is coming right around the corner.
July. July, my baby, man. And if y'all don't understand, we are here. Like I say, it's been a minute. We here to talk about usual timing of our normal episodes. We just like say we had to let it simmer for a minute. You know, sometimes you got to let it breathe. You know, Peace fresh off seeing it. I'm fresh off watch number 3, I believe. Caught a couple things that I missed. But hey, just to get right to it, man, we are here to talk about Thunderbolts. Asterisk, right? Released on May 2nd, 2025 by director Jake Schreier. Is that how you pronounce his name? I believe. Producers Kevin Feige, and what I found out today, Scarlett Johansson as an executive producer. Yeah, found that out today. Found that out today. Also found out that our lead star of the movie, Florence Pugh, has because her voice, like I know that's an accent she's doing, but I also found out she has something called it starts with a T. It's a medical condition that makes her voice like very like husky, sort of like raspy. Like because I've seen people saying online, why is her voice like so deep? And I'm like, is it? I thought that was just an accent, but it's because of something called I can't even pronounce it. It's a medical condition that starts with a T.
Something with the trachea.
Yeah. That's part of the word too. So if y'all look it up, just put Florence Pugh has whatever trachea something, it'll pop up and you'll see what it is. So
she always sounds like that. Like accent aside, her voice is all, you know, it's always
I heard her talking in a couple interviews. I was like, damn, man, that's messed up. But shout out to her pushing through. The writers, we got Eric Pearson, Joanna Kalo with contributions from Lee Sung Jin. The runtime of this film is 126 minutes. It's PG-13. Fair enough for me. Main cast, as I mentioned earlier, Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova. We first got introduced to her in Hawkeye, which then I seen her was like, not only is she attractive, however, she is a star. She got that quality.
Black Widow, bro.
That was that's when we first saw her. My bad.
Yeah.
Damn, shout out to my dog Chris if you listening, because I was telling him I was like the first time I seen her was in Hawkeye, but it was Black Widow. You're 100% correct. Then we seen her in Hawkeye. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, it stars Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, Sebastian Stan, Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier. Man, feel like he should have been in some of these Marvel movies before this one, man. Like, where you been at? We saw him in the series Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it was like, you know, we want to see him in some movies.
I mean, we know where he's been at. He's been running for Congress and shit.
Yeah. Apparently, right? David Harbour as Alexei Shostakov, the Red Guardian, which we know him from Stranger Things. Wyatt Russell as John Walker, U.S. agent. Of course, we got introduced to him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And man, he's slowly becoming, even though he's a jerk, as his role, he's becoming one of my favorite like characters in the MCU, man. Hannah John Kamen, I believe, or Kamen as Ava Starr, Ghost. I didn't even know her name was Ava Star. She was Ghost. Olga Kurylenko as Antonia Dreykov, the Taskmaster, which should I even have said that name? Lewis Pullman is Bob Reynolds, aka Century, which applause, man. Applause. Do I even have where's my applause? Where's my there we go. Applause. Applause for Lewis Pullman and an air horn.
It's crazy. It's crazy how much he looks like his dad and like his facial expressions and the shit that he does. I'm like,
all I kept thinking about was Independence Day. And then we got our legend, our legend, Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Valentina Allegra. Dave Fontaine. Don't forget the Dave Fontaine. Which her dad is the dude from What About Bob, right? It's not Richard Dreyfuss. Is it Richard Dreyfuss?
I don't. That's not her dad.
They kind of favor. I gotta look it up, man. I really have to look it up. I might have to look that up.
I don't
keep talking because I'm trying to think of his name.
They might be Richard Dreyfuss, but
Richard Dreyfuss, right?
Yeah. I don't think that's her dad. They might be related, but it might just be like some, people got same names and shit.
Yeah, definitely Richard Dreyfuss. I don't know. Hey man, they kind of
is it?
I'm looking. Let me peep.
Because she's
Richard
too
Dreyfuss.
old for him to be.
Yeah, but how old is she? I mean, it could be like a niece or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Dang, I can't. I don't. I got nothing. I don't.
Yeah.
But that's something we'll try to catch later. I don't see anything saying that Marriages and Family, Dreyfuss. They divorced.
I'm pretty sure it's spelled different too. Yeah, because Dreyfuss' daughter is Emily Dreyfuss and look nothing like.
His got two S's and Julia's got one.
Yeah.
Yo, that man. I'm trying to make them look alike. They kind of favor, like people try to make you look like somebody. No, you do kind of look like them now. That look. But the synopsis, man. Thunderbolts concludes Phase 5. I did hear that like about a week ago. Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We know it as the MCU, introducing a team of anti-heroes coerced into a perilous mission. Yelena Belova, John Walker, Ava Star, Taskmaster, and the Red Guardian. Well, not even the Red Guardian at this time, but they're all dispatched by CIA Director Valentina Allegra, Dave Fontaine, to eliminate threats tied to it was OXC, but they kept saying Ox, the aka Century Project. This mission unravels when they discover Bob Reynolds, aka Century, a superhuman with a volatile alter ego known as the Void. As the team confronts their own traumas within the Void, the aka shame rooms, they must unite to prevent catastrophe. The film culminates with the rebranding of the Thunderbolts as the new Avengers, which is at the very end. I don't know why they just put that in there. I'll be mad if I ain't seen the movie and they spoil that, like in the synopsis, signifying a new chapter in the MCU. We'll get into that later, but you know how we do. Our Run the Stones. Since you just recently saw it, what you giving it, man?
I'm giving it the full 6.
Full 6.
Full 6. Without a doubt, definitely.
Off my third watch, I'm going to give it a 5. I will say this reason because, man, it seemed like it just felt, maybe because I seen it already, but just that it just seemed fast. Damn, this went by kind of fast, dog.
It was a 2-hour movie, though. Like, it wasn't
crazy.
A short movie. Yeah, it was.
It went by fast as hell. This last watch, I was like, damn, dog, this went by quick as hell.
It was put together so well. Like, you don't even feel like you're watching a 2-hour movie because you're just in there the whole time.
And it's like every character, maybe not the Red Guardian so much, because I know what his purpose is in these movies, and he's kind of like supposed to be the comic relief, even though in this they had some scenes. But overall, like, with you giving it, why do you give it a 6 out of 6?
a few reasons. One of them is that they didn't water down Sentry's backstory, which I was worried about. You know, in the comics, he was a meth addict who, you know, was just super down, and they leaned right into that. Like, you know,
with the chicken, right? Like, I didn't even know. I'm like, oh, the chicken was him.
Yeah,
yo, that was crazy, dog.
Yeah, he was all methed out, going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Growing
mean,
up.
yeah, like I was like, yo, this is okay. And I'm glad they didn't we didn't even get to see the full extent of his powers. Like,
no, absolutely not.
They didn't nerf him at all. Like, because when they first announced Sentry was going to be in this movie against the Thunderbolts, I was like,
I'm like, how's that even? How are they gonna pull this shit off? That might have. That had a lot of people judging the movie, like, man, what? Like, when they knew who Sentry was, like, man, mop the floor with the fucking Thunderbolts. Like, he get it. Avengers a run for their money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he would wreck the Avengers. 100%.
Yeah, but who would have known, like, by the end of the movie, oh, okay, he's gonna be in the Thunderbolts and the new Avengers or whatever. Because hey, listen, if y'all want to really see Sentry get busy, he wasn't the Void in this at all, which I think would have been fire if they made him the Void. And I got to shout out Novelist for this all the time, for just putting me up on Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon, which I believe is on Disney Plus now. I hate they cut that series so short, which they kind of didn't. Like, they ended it at season 2 and then picked up with Avengers Assemble being the carryover that, but it was just, by the end it was different graphics and different animation style. It just didn't hit the same. But Sentry is in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and he gave them a run for their money, dog. So, like, if y'all would, I was never really a comic dude, but I would catch some of the cartoons, and with that, hey man, Sentry, he goes off. Like, he's a problem. Yeah, man. So that I respect that for giving it a 6. They definitely did get the character right. I saw some people saying some things about the suit. No, that suit was accurate.
And they made you accurate, bro. Like, this movie did such a good job, and it was like they made you like characters that nobody liked.
John Walker. Dog.
Yeah,
nobody.
By the end of the movie, I was like,
dog. Yo, he was funny in this, man. Like, he wasn't like, he was such a dick in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, nothing was funny. It's just like, man, he's annoying. And they never really gave him like a redemption arc or nothing. It obviously in this they did, because these are all anti-heroes that pretty much became heroes. But I just didn't like him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, yo, but they did their job. The job was to make you not like him as Captain America. So job well done. But in this, man, he was just like an asshole, dog.
Folding his shield into a taco. He was like,
you know, people, they had him riding on the shield at the end. Like, yo, that was funny. They had the still shot of him riding on the shield, man. But like, it was the one scene where, and I'm gonna get back on track in a minute, but the one scene where he like pulls him up, because, you know, like, every time they grab Sentry's hand, that's where it's like they connect and they go into that void, or what they call it, the shame room. And it was like, he grabbed his hand. He told him something like, you ain't been doing, you've been missing leg day and arm day, or so. You've been missing arm and leg day or whatever. Like, he just kept trying to get under his skin. And what did he say? Like, when they showed up, when they were in the incinerator, and they're like, what's that noise or whatever? He telling them, relax, it's probably just them. He really thought like he was the main one that she hired to do the job, and then it's clearly me who's supposed to take y'all in. Talking about, they're probably just coming to pick me up. No, they was getting so pissed, bro. Like, no, dog, they trying to kill us. And what else did he say? He was like, what did he say? He said, I'm a something combat. I'm a seasoned combat veteran. You guys are just
combat veteran.
I'm a decorated combat veteran. You guys are just like, called them mediocre mercenaries or something like that, dog. Like, it's clear I'm supposed to take you guys in, so come on, let me just tie yourselves up and we get out. He just was oblivious. He was like an asshole and oblivious at the same time. Like, man, it was so many. He had so many lines. Like, what's the one where Yelena is talking to Bob? I'm just watching today. Like, she's talking to Bob. And he's like saying something like, y'all can just go without me. I'll stay down here. Basically, he like, I could die. It don't matter. Like, nobody care about me. and they, you know, she tell him like, "Oh, you push the grief down in the void, like deep down." They made a joke out of it, and then he's like, "You guys done with therapy? Because I think I found a way out." Like, yo, he's an asshole, man. Like, yeah, but that was one of my favorite characters of the movie. So let's do that, because I got John Walker as one of my favorite characters. Who did you have as your favorite character in this movie?
I love Bob, dude. Bob was fucking great. Like, yeah, like even in the beginning when he's just standing around, he's like, "Hey, I'm Bob." Like, yo,
yeah. He was a little too OP for me to be like, yeah, I gotta give it to him. But yo, he was giving him the business, dog. That fight scene. Yeah.
Oh my god. He
threw Red Guardian out the. All right, moving through it. We moving through it because dang, time is flying. Favorite scene, dog, of this. Favorite scene.
The fight scene. That was fucking awesome. That was so dope.
Cause you going with that one. I'm not gonna go with that one.
Okay.
But I will go with damn.
It's hard because there's a lot of good scenes, but for me, that fight scene was just top tier.
I'm gonna go there. I gotta say that opening scene, dog, because I didn't know where they were going with this. I knew she wasn't gonna kill herself off, but her just talking in a way that it's because it set up the whole film. It was a perfect setup scene, right? Yelena's on top of the building. You thinking she's about to commit suicide. She's not, though. She's about to go on a mission that she got to complete. So she's talking like, you know, I just feel like alone and everything is just like
in that scene, like, you know, she's just like so down. Like there's that thing with people wearing sweatpants and not getting dressed to, you know, he was wearing just sweatpants and a fucking sweatshirt and just
I peeped that too. I was like, she not even like in her the second time. I'm like, yo, she's not even in her fit. She just like whatever. And I'm like, yo, that's so representative of like people today, specifically today in 2025. Like that's the fit. Like, yo, jogging pants, I'm working from home. Even if I do go in somewhere, I'm still jogging pants, you know, whatever. Woe is me. And I'm like, damn, dog, I just thought that was so dope. It's like you would think like you getting paid. How much do they get paid to do this shit? Because these are jobs. She said she's doing them in America. She's in Malaysia. Wherever the job takes her, she's doing it. So I'm like, all right. But yo, I just thought that was what I respected about the movie. Yeah, they went because people kept saying, yo, this is the mental health Avengers. I'm like, why are they saying that? I know a little bit about Sentry. Not enough about Yelena, but to see like, oh, she was going through it or whatever, because obviously, you know, she lost her sister, you know what I'm saying, and then lost her again.
They were all going through it in a different way that they would show it. Like Red Guardian, like he was like in denial and shit, acting like everything was fine, and like deep down, you know, he was not.
He just wanted connection. He just wanted some type of connection with people. I even think that even with Bucky, like, he already kind of went through his healing process or whatever, but at the same time, he's adapting to this quote unquote lifestyle as trying to be congressman or whatever. You see him trying to like adapt to normal day life, clearly still from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He got the scene where he had to put his arm in the dishwasher. Like, yo, that was funny.
Or when he rolled up on that other congressman, the dude that was from The Wire.
He
grabs him and is like, yo, you know,
which is
like, yo,
wild.
We don't gotta be doing this shit.
He like, the camera is this camera's not on us if we hide over here. Also, it's just funny because as this movie is out, like he's also Wendell Pierce. I drew a blank on his name. He's also in Raising Kanan right now, the Power spinoff, and he's one of the like villains in that or whatever.
Oh, he was the wasn't he the No, I'm thinking of Ray Donovan, where he was a probation officer.
Yeah, I liked him in this though. I thought he was pretty dope. Yeah. Oh, fact. William Pierce. He's a legend. Wendell Pierce. He's a legend. Even Bucky going through that. I thought it was dope that we got to see like what took place with John after, you know, what happened with him not being Captain America anymore. And not Yelena, but Valentina was hiring him to do missions, but he depressed because his family done left him. You know, they done took the kid. His wife done left with the kid, but he talking about, I got a wife and kid that love me. And it's like, no, they do, but they ain't with you. You ain't with you no more. And Yelena called it out, like where we all over the place now, but fuck, we flowing. She called it out in near the end where they realized that they couldn't do shit with Sentry. You know, and they're like, we are losers. We lost. Like it's nothing we could do. And like everybody, she's going off on everybody. She's going off on Ghost, who we didn't get like much of. We knew her backstory, but we didn't get to see like what she dealt with. You know what I mean? Post Ant-Man 2 or whatever. I thought, I was like, damn, why didn't they show that? First off, Taskmaster, dog. What? Like, what was that about? Like, damn. Even though I did see, for one, they duped Taskmaster twice in Black Widow, and not because she was a woman. I didn't care about that. I'm not that person. Like, oh, they make it a gender swap. No, whatever. If you dope, you dope. But in Black Widow, it was like she didn't even have like the skill set that Taskmaster actually had. We copy your whole shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, she could scrap, but it wasn't that. I wanted to see that, but in this, she didn't even make it past like scene 2. It was scene 3 or whatever. It was like, yo, like, damn, like straight up, like killed her off. It's I guess they had to do that to show you like it's real. Like stakes is high already before Sentry even comes into the picture.
You know, in the grand scheme, she's, you know, a safe kill. Nobody's really invested in that character
because we only seen her in like one thing, and even when we saw her in Black Widow, it was like, you know, it wasn't really enough to, you know what I mean, to adapt and get used to her. We said our favorite scenes, even though it's so many. I would even have to throw the knife throwing scene in there where I think it was Taskmaster that threw it and it bounced off the shield. Somebody else caught it. Yo, that scene was crazy where they were all fighting. You know how it is.
Yeah, that was a dope scene too when they were all
like both those fight scenes were fire. Like the one versus Sentry and the one with them going out. Like, yo, because you always gotta have that's how they do it in every film. Like where it's a team up. It's always like, oh, we got to scrap against each other before we complete the main mission or whatever. So yeah, I thought that was fire. Any least favorite scenes?
Not that I can think of. Not that I can think of off the top. There was nothing, you know, like when we watch Agatha, or me watch Agatha, or even the Marvels, you know, there's clearly a scene where I'm like, oh man, fuck this shit. There wasn't one in this for me like that.
Half the scene, I probably didn't care much for the scene where Yelena went to go see Alexei. I didn't care much for it because they had another scene near the end where it was like heartfelt, supposedly. So if I could have done without that first scene with her going to find him, even though I understood why, it was to set up her wanting to quit working for, you know, or being promoted, I should say. For Valentina.
It wasn't like a bad scene,
but it wasn't whack. You know? It just was like probably my least favorite. Half of the scene where they were crawling up the chute was like but the other half of it was funny because he had Sentry had to sneeze and he kept I didn't peep that the first time. Cucumber. He just kept shouting cucumber. What are you doing? He like they said shout cucumber. If I got a sneeze, he still did it and sneezed anyway. That was funny.
Everybody started yelling it. Yeah, that was.
Oh man, John being a jerk even then, but saving him. Because he had to use her baton, like, give me your baton. He did it anyway, and like still he saved him. So it was like he was really an asshole, but he was like just dope. Even him thinking they think he left. She like, oh, every man for himself. But he really off like fighting off these other people. They blast him. Like, it's me, it's John. Yo, man, Wyatt Russell did his thing in this, bro. Damn, that could have been another favorite scene with Bucky, dog. Where Bucky finally, where he shows up as the Winter Soldier. I don't even want to say the Winter Soldier. Because in a sense, when we say Winter Soldier, you kind of think his mind is warped, but it wasn't. So I'll say Bucky. When he shows up officially to them, and we think that he's on their side, and really he like, no, I gotta capture y'all in order to testify against her. That's the only reason we need y'all. But he finds out from old girl, Mel, who I'm super fresh off seeing this shit. Old girl Mel, who got some intel on what's going on with Val. She's secretly telling them what's going on with Val. Like, yo, she don't know what she's doing. This shit is wild. So that's why he ends up with them. And he hears that when Mel gets in contact with him, like somebody named Bob, and he like, oh shit, they weren't lying. So now you're like, y'all coming with me. But that scene where he showed up, man, that was some Terminator shit, dog. That shit was fire. I was like, woo, that scene. Oh, that scene was so funny, man. I hate they gave that away, like in the man, stop showing shit in the trailers, man. Just show us enough. We don't gotta see that. We just need 2 trailers, dog.
And I'm glad they're kind of going back to the old format, you know, like
enough
with the
where it don't spoil it.
The Fantastic Four trailer, they didn't really show shit except for what we need to see to be like, okay, yeah, let's go.
That and Galactus's big ass boot. We got some notable Easter eggs. Oh, well, did you like how you said it was fire 6 out of 6, but as far as like how it ended, what they had to do to defeat Sentry?
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I was okay with that because there ain't no way that they can defeat Sentry.
You gotta tackle him up here and here in the heart and the mind in order, because you're not gonna beat him this other way. You know he's defenseless. Like if you go up here and like somebody like Scarlet Witch, easy dub, like get into his head. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was pretty dope how they, and I was like, that was creative. And then obviously with Val, like, you know, they go coming after her like it's over for you, dog. This is where I was like, yo, that's gutsy for Marvel. And Red Guardian goes over to the little girl like, it's okay, you're safe. Get your ass up out of here, little girl. Like, you can go. And I ain't know at the time, like they going to a void. I'm thinking he killing them. I'm like, yo, he disappearing. These folks, it's a wrap. No, they going to a void or whatever because they all show back up. But the fact that they was like, man, kids can get it too, like, because that's real life. That's if this were real life and an event like this was going on, ain't nobody looking like, oh, them kids. We go, no, they gone too. Like, so, man, movie was fire, man. It is definitely like my third watch. I didn't get to finish it, but I saw enough where, okay, now I remember everything. And that's how I ain't even looking at really notes. I'm just going off the touch points that I had. But man, some notable Easter eggs. Avengers Tower transformation. Obviously, they showed up, fucked their drywall up. So, oh God, you guys, you could have just knocked. Like, the door's open. The door unlocked. Yeah. That was funny, man. Just it wasn't like, that's another thing. They didn't overdo it with the comedy. You know, I like Love and Thunder. They just was like jokes, and more jokes. It was like, all right, man. This one was like just a perfect balance of like scrapping and the subtle humor. But Avengers Tower, you know, they repurposed it as Watchtower. The Loki scepter, I saw that. I was like, oh, okay. They had that on display with the Mind Stone in it.
Did that have the Mind Stone in it? Would that have been the real Mind Stone?
I don't think it was. No, I don't think it was. Nah. The shame rooms, of course, with the void. I don't really call that an Easter egg, but this is what they saying online. I guess it was just to offer up a psychological view of like what was going on in their head still. You know, they not dealing with the issue by just working. Like Valerie, we saw with Yelena, and same thing with John, which I think those were like my favorite characters too, because it's like really Yelena interacted more with Bob, but also at the same time, if it came down to the other character, she interacted a lot more with John as well. And they tried to fit Ghost into the mix, but it was like, it just wasn't like,
she
I didn't care enough.
Literally, no pun intended. She would disappear too often, you know, for her to be, you know, in this shit.
Yeah, the title in the film with the Astros, what I understand that they actually changed it to New Avengers. Like they was changed
and that got spoiled for me, not knowing what the fuck was going on. Like I saw it was
I couldn't even tell you.
And Bucky was walking down, or the actor Sebastian Stan was walking down the street, went up to a Thunderbolts billboard and slapped the New Avengers over it. And I was like, what? I was like, okay,
it's too soon. Y'all didn't even give people enough, you know what I'm saying, time to like really, you know what I mean? First, I know this was a thing as well. It had a strong box office performance during those first couple weeks, both domestically and internationally or whatever, because you know that's a big deal. Domestic in the US, so Canada counts as domestic as well. I didn't know. I thought that would count overseas. It debuted
because they do North America, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's right. You that's a good point. Before I get into that, because we just mentioned Sebastian Stan, man, A dope movie that people should check out with Sebastian Stan. Y'all know him as Bucky. Bucky Barnes is
That Trump one.
I'm gonna know the name when I see it. Hold on. It ain't The Apprentice. It ain't A Different Man. But it has dog in it that was he was one of the stars of the Get Down that was on Netflix. At least I know that is him. It's him. Because he also played in that one weird weird movie. Not weird movie, but he was in a movie with David Allen Greer that recently came out. Man.
Whatever. I don't think I
they don't have this movie listed, but this is Google. So let me go to IMDb real
Google.
quick.
Go to IMDb. Google don't know shit.
Yo, man, it's this movie he was in that was so dope. Let me go to the filmography real quick. Bruh. I am not tripping. Hey, look, y'all. All I'm gonna tell you is Google this movie and just put Sebastian Stan and do. You can Google it like this: Sebastian Stan and the guy from the Get Down.
How many years ago was it?
Maybe 2 years ago.
Dumb Money?
Nope. It wasn't done. He was a scam artist though. He literally would like he would nope. No. He was a scam artist and he was Sharper. There you go. Called Sharper. Okay. No, 2023. I knew it was about 2 years ago. Yo, it's on Max, bro. You gotta peep Sharper, and it stars him and is it Justice Smith? Is that the dude? Yep, Justice Smith. He was the main guys in the Get Down.
In Jurassic World.
And also this one movie with the movie with David Allen Greer, The American Society of Magical Negroes. I never saw it, but I heard people saying it was decent. But this guy Sharper, bro, Sharper is fired.
Julianne Moore, okay, fired. I'm gonna check that out.
I was there because I'd never seen Sebastian Stan in anything else other than the Marvel cinematic universe.
Did you watch Pam and Tommy?
Nope. Was that he?
It's like Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. He plays Tommy Lee, and it's fucking hilarious, dude.
Okay, yeah, he's dope. That showed a different range. I like, yo, Sebastian Stan. He's also one of them. Yeah, it was fire, man. Yeah. Sharper. I kept looking. I know it was another movie. I knew it was one word.
Yo, but did you get to, like, before we go too far and just end it? We got some big things to talk about.
Oh, come on now, let's get to it. Box office that y'all can Google the box office numbers. First off, the post credits with them like being the new Avengers and the new suits and everything, and Red Guardian like being egomaniac trying to get people to recognize them. The people they playing on the spoof of the whole thing of people like, because I see the commentary is that, man, I don't want them being in real life like them new Avengers. They taking it serious, while in the cinematic universe they playing off of that like, oh, we know to me that was smart marketing. We know y'all don't want them as the new Avengers. It even had the headlines in the newspaper, not my Avengers, the B-Vengers. Like, yo, this is crazy. But fuck all that. The post credit, where the fantastic, because she already had said before about the whole thing with stuff going on in space, and then it didn't show any of them, but we saw that spaceship.
Yeah,
who you think was on it?
When they first said something interdimensional ship coming in our atmosphere, I was like, oh shit, is this Doom? Is Doom coming? Like, are they getting to that? Like, and then they show the ship, and like as soon as they showed it from far away before they even did the 4 circle, I was like, oh shit, Fantastic Four. And I was like, let's go. I'm ready.
You think it was them on that ship, or you think like maybe okay?
Well, okay, okay, maybe not. Now that you say it like that,
hey, what if it was Franklin?
What if it was Doom?
Was it a time jump? Was it Doom took over it? Hey, we just don't know.
Interdimensional, so it's from another universe.
We don't know. It ain't got to be them.
But I'm super excited, and that makes so much sense for Fantastic Four and Sentry to kind of
because next time we see all the Thunderbolts and everything is gonna be in Doomsday, which is fucking next year, dog. Wow, man, we here, dog. That's crazy.
The Fantastic Four played such a big role in Sentry. Like, what was it? I think Annihilation Scourge. It was like 4 or 5 books. They were one shots. There was a Fantastic Four book, a Silver Surfer book, a Sentry book, and in those, Mr. Fantastic got Sentry to go to the negative zone and split the Void from him. So like he was separated from the Void and didn't have all that, you know, in him. Then, you know, I think his Void became like the ruler of the Cancerverse, which was like a whole thing. And then Sentry like merged with Silver Surfer into some whole other shit. So like I'm just really excited for Sentry to be in there. Another thing, you know, with like there was rumors of Null possibly coming.
I heard.
And in the Venom comics, like it was at the end of this Donny Cates run where like Null was on Earth, he was taking over, and then Sentry comes down. Sentry comes down, and I just remember being like, "Oh fuck yeah, Null's about to get worked over."
Oh man,
and they didn't spend more than
a lot of people ain't like. A lot of people don't like how they did Null in that last Venom one. They're like, "That's it." Like you just show them saying,
but like Null did his thing though. Like the way it ended was like, okay, but they didn't even spend more than a page on Sentry. Null went up to him, literally ripped Sentry in half and absorbed his Void because Null is, you know, king of the Void. Like so, I'm excited.
Man. Shit, but that's pretty much all we got, man. It was just a good film overall, man. Marvel, come on, man, just cause you know, you had a couple duds, that's cool. You know, and it's all good.
Know, like people, I feel like people do this every other movie. Like they'll be like, "Oh, Marvel fell off." The next movie, "Oh, Marvel's officially
now we back."
You know what I'm saying? Like, what was
they did it with Guardians 3,
and then with Guardians 3, incredible movie. That was so dope. And then what was it? Marvels after that, and they're like, "Oh, Marvel fell off."
Oh, they fell off. Then Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh, it's over.
It's okay for every movie to not be. I wouldn't say Infinity War because none of them have been, but they're you know of that caliber. Like go back into the early, you know, Phase 1, Phase 2.
Yeah, it's a lot of them I still don't like.
Yeah, not every movie was top tier, incredible. Still good movies and did something for it, but you know, not every movie has to be.
But listen, I tell you, I enjoyed it, man. Listen, I got me excited about Fantastic Four. Can't wait to see that.
Oh yeah,
can't wait to see that for sure.
I gotta try to make sure that that I don't slack and well, I mean not slack, but I gotta see that day one here because it was like almost a week until I saw Thunderbolts after it came out. More than a week. What the shit? Like it was after.
Did y'all end up checking out Sinners?
No, it wasn't playing at any theaters near us.
Oh, yeah, because of the certain style of film, the IMAX and everything. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I think the cinema by us has it now. So
hey, or if not,
we want to check it out.
Or if not, you know what to do.
Hey, we tried to do that.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
It was just pissing Jess off. The little thing.
You know us. We like whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Bing, bing.
Yep.
You know, like the old DVD pause screen or whatever.
That's one of the movies that's so dope. I just want to give it another go. Like when it finally hits like streaming for sure.
So is it true that there's actually going to be a whole Sinners verse?
The algorithm hurt us because I pulled up Instagram and the first thing they show is like Michael B. Jordan going to give Angela Bassett a hug. Let me get off of here. No, was that stacked? Was it stacked? I don't know. Smoking stack. Yeah. Yeah. He said he wants to do more in horror. I know he's doing X-Men. I mean, not X-Men, X-Files. We know he's doing Ironheart. Shout out to that. Can't wait. That's the next one we probably gonna be talking about, obviously in June. But yeah, man. So I don't know. It looks real like doctored up and like rumor because he ain't said it himself. Like, yeah, I'm doing a whole Universal Center. It's like the pic was like it was a like they photoshopped Feige out and put Coogler there and had a bunch of films in the background.
It wouldn't make sense. It seems way too off. Like, you know, because it's way too soon to be
give it a minute.
Put another movie out maybe, and then be like, okay, here we go.
Exactly. Don't announce the universe shit so soon. Like Marvel ain't even do that. You know what I mean?
That's some DC shit. No shade.
All this Marvel universe is a happy accident. No pun, because Happy Hogan was a part of the first one. But hey man, we covered a lot, man. Shout out to us for a great episode. Applause. I had the volume low. In the meantime, let the folks know where they can find you at, man.
Peace of Mind 313, crossed everything, everywhere, always, and forever.
Nametag Alexander across all platforms to stream and download music. Wherever on your phone, you know, you can find me there. Same for social media. Click that link in the description of this episode. Make sure y'all order some merch. Catch up on past episodes. All of these are like, you know, it's not pop culture and it's not the flavor of the week. We talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So go back, hear us sounding dusty on old episodes or whatever. You know, we getting better and better, man. And until next time, it has been Marvel of the Minds. Peace.